In this video, we'll show how to remove all the upper panels to get them ready to change out the chrome vent rings. Starting with the radio cluster surround, give it a pull. Then work our way over to the instrument cluster surround, starting on the right side, followed by the left. Slowly work it up around the steering wheel, and it'll come out. And we're going to work our way to the passenger side, the far right vent. The far right vent ring will need a tool for disassembly. It's held in the dash by 6 clips. So we're going to remove that now. Starting at the top left, slowly put pressure on it and work your way around. And it comes out just like that. Now that the panels are out of the vehicle, I'll show you how to remove each air vent. On the back side, there are 3 clips holding each vent in. Using a pick tool or a flathead screwdriver, release each clip individually. Once all 3 are released, it will pull out the back. Moving to the second one, take note of each vent and its orientation and location. Release all 3 clips, it pops out. Same with the driver's side. Making sure all the tabs are released before removing the vent. And finally, the far right passenger. All the vents are held on with the same 3 tabs. Now I'll show you how to remove the chrome ring from the vent surround. On the back, there are 6 plastic nubs holding each one in. I'm using a pair of dikes to cut each one. You can use a razor blade or a utility knife. These cuts don't have to be perfect, as our rings do not use them for attachment. Once all 6 have been clipped off, use a tool and poke the back side. Work your way around the perimeter, pressing on all 6 tabs until the vent ring is released. The chrome ring will release out through the front. Repeat the same steps with the other 3 rings. Now that all 4 have been removed from the vehicle, we're going to show you how to install the new ones. The new blackout AC vent rings have 3 tabs. These align with the slots in the dash. On the back side of the vent rings, they're marked 1, 2, 3, and 4. These will correspond with the location on the dash. Number 1 goes on the driver's side left. Align it. Make sure you put even pressure around the perimeter. After the ring's seated, flip it over and double check that all 3 tabs have securely locked into place. Now we'll move over to the middle panel and go to ring number 2. Look on the back side for 2 and an arrow facing up. Align the tabs correctly and press it into place. Here's a close-up of the backside showing how the tabs should lock into place. 1, 2, and 3. Now working our way to the passenger left vent, look for the number 3, align it at the 12 o'clock position, make sure all tabs align to the dash, and finally the passenger right vent, number 4. If you notice at the top there's a yellow mark, that's indicating 12 o'clock straight up. Take your ring, look for number 4, and align it properly. Making sure all tabs align. Press firmly around the perimeter. Work your way around the perimeter to make sure it's seated evenly. Press the ring down until it bottoms out. Make sure the surround is even with the outer edge. Now that all 4 rings have been replaced, we're going to reassemble the vents and into the dash. Taking the surround and the vent, clip them back together, making sure they seat properly. Flip the dash bezel over and snap each vent into its original location. Make sure it's locked in and won't come loose. Each vent has 3 channels to guide the clips over the locking tabs. Don't force them, they should slide easily and click once seated. Before reinstalling back into the dash, double check all the vents, spin freely, and remove like they should. Now that the chrome rings have been removed and replaced with the blackout rings, we're going to reinstall the dash, starting with the gauge cluster surround, followed by the radio, and finally the right side. This one tucked in, make sure everything lines up, and snap it into place, followed by radio bezel, and finally the far right side. Look for the yellow indicator, that is the 12 o'clock position. And you're done.